is monitoring and maintenance. But something we have missed out in the last session, and that was with reference to the evaluation, all right, or the success criteria, or how do we define that, or how do we know we have achieved what we have set out to achieve. Uh, you have the business problem. Based on the business problem, based on the data, based on that, we did EDA. After the EDA and all that pre-processing, we decided to do the model building. We built the model. For model building, we did partitioning, and then we checked everything. We got something. Now, what we have got finally after the entire process is done is actually what we had set out or started to, discuss. How do we match the two? How do we map the two? How do we check for the two? So that is also an important aspect. So I'd request today, I'll change the order. I request Bharani to, please throw some light on what are the strategies one uses for this.
Yeah, sure, Nitin. Thank you so much for asking that question. In CRISP MLQ framework, we have a phase called as evaluation. And most often than not, people mistake it to model evaluation. It's not model evaluation phase, it's evaluation phase. And within evaluation phase, you don't just look at whether your machine learning algorithm is giving you the desired accuracy or not. Is it giving you the prediction results in the desired stipulated time or not? That's probably within 0.1 second, I want the prediction to happen on the new data, so on and so forth. It's not just about the model evaluation aspects. It's about the success criteria that we have defined in phase one. In the initial phase, we would have defined the success criteria. Right? And it's not just machine learning success criteria. We would have defined business success criteria, economic success criteria, and machine learning success criteria. So we are trying to solve a business problem. And in the due course, we happen to use machine learning. And because of that implementation, we would save some money for the customer or for whomever you're doing a project. Given this, in the evaluation phase, one has to look at what is it that we have agreed upon, what was the success criteria that we have defined, and what is the success criteria that we have achieved. And at the very beginning, the success criteria that we set out, usually you give a range that I'm going to save anywhere between $1 million to $1.5 million in that way. At the very beginning, at the beginning of your project, when you define, a lot of things might not be clear. So as an industry standard, even if there is plus minus 50% variation, it is acceptable. That's according to PMI, Project Management Institute, best practices norms. That is what PMBOK guide, Project Management Body of Knowledge, says. That plus minus 50% variation is acceptable. But as in how you approach the evaluation phase, that broad range that we have defined has to come down as in how your understanding improves. And then you should narrow it down, saying that anywhere between $1.2 million to $1.3 million is what I'm going to save. Against this narrowed down success criteria, which has been refined, you're going to evaluate and see whether you're meeting those success criteria norms defined or not. So that should be the critical thought process when it comes to evaluation phase. Yeah, over to you, Nitin.
Sorry. Yeah, thank you, Bharani.